Yeah, man.
Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you chicken broccoli stir fry. Alright, so you're gonna need about 3-4 dried chili peppers. You're gonna need cornstarch, food cornstarch. You're gonna need broccoli. This is local broccoli. Um, Onion, about 2 onions. That was sesame seeds. Sorry, garlic, piece of ginger, soy sauce, cooking wine. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. Cooking oil, coconut oil for frying, deep frying, and I'm gonna use 4 chicken legs to do my chicken broccoli stir fry. Alright, so first I just want to get these dried ingredients out of the way. You can buy shredded chili pepper, or you can buy chili pepper in a big bag like this, and then you can use it whenever you want. So you take 4 chili pepper. Oftentimes they're kind of dusty, so you gotta wipe them off or rinse them off. Cut the stems off, and then do as you see me doing, and then cut little strips. I'm gonna hold them together and shred. Alright, so this is what you want. Next, cut piece ginger, the first bend of your finger, the first index of your finger. Peel the ginger, remove the skin or the outer leaf. Alright, rinse it properly. Put it aside because we're going to shred it later. Now as for the garlic, just remove the leaves. These are small garlics, so I'm just going to use about 4 or 5 small garlics. But the recipe calls for 4 regular sized garlic cloves. Alright, now let's get a shredder and grind the ginger to puree or pulp. And then grind the garlic cloves as well. Alright, so that's what you want. Put this aside for later. Alright, so now I'm gonna roast sesame seeds. So get a skillet or a frying pan or pot. Make sure it's dried. Put to heat. Put to low heat. And then add a tablespoon of sesame seeds. And just allow it to roast for 5 minutes on low heat. Alright, so after the time, you just remove it and put it aside for later. Now, I'm gonna make my own chicken broth or stock. So what I'm gonna do is rinse these chicken's leg off with some white vinegar and water. Then I'm gonna take the legs off and maybe a couple of the bones and then put it in that saucepan. I'm gonna make my own chicken stock or broth. So rinse the chicken legs off properly. After that, remove the chicken's skin. Alright, so once you put it in the saucepan, put the saucepan to heat and allow it to boil for like, until it comes to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you can turn it off. That would be chicken stock. Alright, so rinse your chicken's legs off with fresh water. Now, I'm going to debone. Alright, so this is what I do to my... Oh yes, for this meal you can use chicken's leg. Thigh is best, but if you don't have either one, you can use breast. But use chicken's thigh or leg. Any dark meat. Alright, so just do as you see me doing. I cut a ring around the drumstick of the chicken's leg. Then I cut a line in between, right straight across the leg, and then kind of use a knife in my right hand and use the left hand to hold the chicken's drumstick, and then kind of debone the chicken like this. Alright, so I put that chicken bone in the saucepan. Alright, so make sure when you go to the supermarket you get fresh chicken, nice pink, bright pink color. I'm sure there are techniques. Oh, and excuse my foam tray. For you, use a chopping board. I just like using this tray because once I'm finished, I just throw them out. And the chopping board tend to grow, even when you wash it, it tends to grow bacteria still. So I don't like using the chopping board. That's why I don't use it as much. Alright, so that's what you want. Some nice pieces of boneless chicken. Alright, so now do as you see me doing and cut chicken's strips. Some people call it flakes, as finger length. It should be finger length, and cut them as thin as you can cut it, like, you know, the size of the length of your finger and the size of your pinky. Alright, that's my chicken stock. Once it comes to boil, you just turn it off. Alright, so that's what you want. Just go through and just use a sharp knife. And cut chicken flakes. Alright, so once you do that, we're going to make our marinating sauce. Now add a tablespoon of soy sauce, light soy sauce. Now, with our chicken stock we just made, add a tablespoon. With this chicken stock, you can remove the bone and freeze the chicken stock, and you can use it whenever you need it again. But you gotta remember and put it in the freezer. Alright, next add a tablespoon of cooking wine. You can use any cooking wine, sherry, and the Asians have a lot of different brands, so you can try them out and see which one is best for you. This one that I'm using is kind of a gin flavor. I don't know the name of it. It has an Asian name. Visit the website JamaicaDinners.com and I have listed a few of them. Alright, next add a tablespoon of cornstarch. You can use food cornstarch or you can use potato cornstarch. Alright, so once you add the ingredients, just mix it in thoroughly and then coat our chicken flakes or chicken strips with our marinating sauce. Cover it properly and put it aside for later. Alright, next alright, now we're gonna clean our broccoli for cooking. So get us a container, add some water, a couple drops of white vinegar. I'm looking for the knife. Alright, it was in front of my face all this time. Alright, next, remove the leaves from the broccoli crown. This broccoli is locally grown. It's grown in Jamaica. Since I found out that they have these local broccoli, I've been buying them, and to me they taste better. I really think these might have less pesticides in it. Imported ones tend to have a bitterish taste. Alright, so with these local broccoli now, they tend to have insect in it more than the imported one. You see, that way you're sure it's grown in dirt, you know, and it's probably grown organically instead of false grown and look real big. The size of this broccoli is a good size. This particular one is old. You can see the leaves. It's not as bright as a fresh broccoli, but in the supermarket they didn't have that much, and I bought this in the week. Usually they bring out fresh broccoli on a Saturday morning. Alright, so look through each of your florets, cut off florets. And in the process of cutting the florets, look in between the leaves or the stems for insect or rotten leaves or spoiling leaves. Once you do that, once you trim off those type of things, rinse it properly. Alright, so now let's remove this water. I had fresh water, and then remove the broccoli, prepared and cleaned broccoli florets. Put it on a dry surface or in a dry clean container and put it aside for later. Alright, carrot and the onion, I'm going to prepare those close to cooking. And I forgot to say, but you're going to need a tablespoon of chili bean sauce and a teaspoon of chili oil, chili bean in oil or chili oil. Alright, now put to heat a saucepan, a small saucepan or a medium-sized saucepan, a big enough saucepan to do deep frying. Put the stove gauge on 4, medium-low, and make sure that the saucepan is dried. You can use a paper towel like me and kind of dry, make sure inside is dried properly, because if you don't and you add oil to the wet, if you add oil and water in the pan, it will splash. Alright, so after a minute, add coconut oil preferably. You can use olive oil or vegetable oil. You just want to make sure that the cooking oil is at least a quarter way up in the sauce in the saucepan. It should be quarter way in the saucepan. Alright, so once you do that, you just allow it to get hot until you see a little smoke. Alright, after 5 minutes, you see a little smoke. and your chicken piece has been marinating for at least 10 minutes. I forgot to say earlier, but make sure it's at least marinating for 10 minutes. You gotta be careful because the oil will splash and burn you. See that little mark? That's where I got that. So I'm taking the burn for you guys so you don't have to make the same mistakes I made. So make sure that you carefully add the pieces because the oil is gonna froth up like. And if you have too much oil and too much water in the sauce, it will kind of foam up like that. Alright, so once you add the chicken flakes, you just use a wooden spoon like this and kind of stir it in thoroughly or gently, breaking the pieces apart or separating the pieces in the heating oil. Alright, once you do that, allow the stove gauge is on 4, medium low. Just allow. Alright. Now would be a good time to prepare your carrot and the onion. Alright, so this is what I like to do with the carrot. Just lightly scrape the surface of the carrot. Cut stem and the end off. Then rinse it off properly. Next, do as you see me doing. Cut the carrot in half, then cut it in half. Put the flat surface on a chopping board, and then cut carrot sticks. Small little thin carrot sticks. Thin carrot sticks. As for the onion, I'm just chopping it in half so I can cut it so I can handle it easier. So remove the leaves, remove the onion leaf. And if the first layer of the onion is spoiled, you can remove that as well. But usually the first layer of the onion is the strongest. Alright, so cut the onion in quarters and then take the leaves apart. Just to say, and if you notice I put a title Americas. Asian Americas. Americas meaning the Americas. America, South America, and the Caribbean. We all love Asian food. However, we tend to cook Asian food a little bit more than the Asians because we want to make sure that it's cooked instead of more on the raw side. So that's why you notice I deep fry most of my Asian cuisine. Alright, so you just cover it, put it aside for later. 4 minutes since we had the chicken pieces. I didn't move it within a time, so that's what you should do. Just allow it to deep fry without stirring it every minute. Just give it a couple stir. Alright, so it's been 6 minutes. Stove gauge is on 4, medium low. Alright, 6 minutes should be sufficient time because it's ready about now. But I'm just gonna let it cook a little bit longer for about 2 more minutes or so. Alright, so it's been 8 minutes. I just wanted them to be, to fry and get a darker golden. Alright, so once the 8 minutes is up, Just turn the stove gauge on low, very low. Use a spoon that scoops and remove the oil. Try to be careful, but quick. Do it quickly. Alright, or you can do it like this. Just use a spoon to hold the chicken pieces. That part you didn't see. But I use the spoon to hold the chicken pieces and then pour the oil out. Alright, so all I need in the pot is just half a quarter cup. Just a little bit. Because now I'm going to saute a shredded chili, peppers, and the grinded garlic and ginger. So if you notice, I kind of shift all the cooked chicken pieces to one side of the saucepan, and then I add the ingredients in the oil and allow it to saute. I am so sorry I don't have a wok, but I'm going to show you how I use this saucepan and make it work like a wok. All I do is just lift it up and use the edge of the pan. Oh, the broccoli, I'm going to use it fresh. I'm not going to add it in warm water to kind of pre-cook it or anything like that. There's a word, but I can't remember the word right now. So I'm just going to use it fresh. It's best that way, because if you add heat to the broccoli, the rich, strong vitamin C in it is going to escape. So you don't need to put heat. Alright, so it's been 3 minutes. Sauteing on very low heat. I put that part of the saucepan under the heat. After 3 minutes, add 1 tablespoon of chili bean sauce. This little spoon is a teaspoon. So I'm using, the recipe called for 1 tablespoon. So use a tablespoon. That's what I'm using. Next, add 1 teaspoon of chili oil, or chili bean in oil. But it should look like this. So now would be a good time to turn the stove on 4 medium low. Turn it up on 4 medium low. Hold your saucepan, lift to the edge of the flame if you don't have a wok, and stir fry. Stir fry and coat the cooked chicken pieces with the sauce and the sauteed seasonings. Next, add the chopped onions. I like my onions sauteed a little bit, so I'm just gonna stir fry them for a little while, for a couple seconds, for a few seconds. Alright, next add the chopped or your broccoli florets. Alright, this is all the heat I'm gonna put on the broccoli, which is none really. So do as you see me doing. If you're using a saucepan, hold it up to the edge on the flame and fold and stir, fold and lift. Or stir, lift and fold. Alright, once you do that for less than, for about 40 seconds, add the carrot and that's it. Stir a couple times and finish. That's it. Just cover it. It's best served now. Alright, so before serving, just stir in your pot. Stir in the pot. Make sure you get off all that nice sauce from the bottom of the pot and coat everything. Alright, next, take a scoop of this delicious looking chicken broccoli stir fry. so this is chicken, broccoli, stir fry in living colors. Look how glossy and beautiful this meal looks. Chicken, broccoli, stir fry. Alright, so after you finish stir frying, cooking, and you serve your chicken, broccoli, stir fry, and a bed of fries, then you sprinkle your roasted sesame seeds on top and garnish. Or you can just add the roasted sesame seeds to your stir fry chicken stir fry and then stir it in a couple of times and then leave it, and then that's it. Then you can serve it that way. Alright, my time. Alright, so this is our chicken broccoli stir fry. Alright, the chicken looks really glossy and soft and nice. The broccoli is very crunchy and rich in vitamin C. The carrot is crunchy as well and rich in vitamin A, which I get to understand we're not getting enough of, because a lot of people don't eat carrot, and a lot of the vegetables don't have vitamin A in it. So most of us are walking around vitamin A deficient. This meal is spicy and nice. You can taste the sauce. It's mildly spicy, just a little bit. You can see it has its own gravy. The salt, I didn't add any salt, but I can taste it. Like if at the end where you saw me add all the sauce, you're supposed to add like a pinch of salt. I use sea salt, but it's okay, it tastes just as good. But maybe if you're serving it to someone, you can add a little salt where you stir fry. It's like a pinch. Alright, so visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. Subscribe, like, share, and if you decided to cook this meal for yourself, it would be good if you give us feedback. The type of feedback I would like is that you cook this meal the way I showed you, and that's it. I don't want the feedback where you tell me you added this and you used that instead of... No. People, cook the meal as you see it. If you don't, it's not going to taste the same. I know you want to add your own little style to it, or your own little punch to it. I understand, because I once was like that. But just cook. If you cook the meal as it is, you'll get a better eat. They say, a good chef doesn't even like when you add salt to his food. I'm just saying. Yeah, man.